Hey you guys, welcome to our challenge group. We're so excited to be starting this with you guys. So for this little video, I just want to talk a little bit about clean eating really fast. We are going to focus on that a lot, and we'll do some more in-depth posts, but I just thought I'd do like a quick little overview for you guys on what to expect and just a couple do's and don'ts and stuff like that. So I am getting a lot of this out of this book that I have. It's called The Eat Clean Diet. It's by Tosca Reno, and it's been a really good book. So if you guys want to get it, it's really good, I promise. So, and there's a huge thunderstorm going on right now. So if it's really loud, I'm sorry. I hope you guys can't hear it. So the first, there's 10 rules that she goes over that I thought were really good, and I'll just share those with you. I'll put a post with a document in the files tab of the group that has a little bit of an explanation about each one and just a little bit more in-depth information with some more lists and stuff like that. So your first rule is to make sure you're eating 5 to 6 times a day. That's nothing new. It's not like a big surprise, but that's just the best way to make sure that your metabolism is staying stimulated throughout the day. And so 5 to 6 small meals a day, every 2.5 to 3 hours. We don't want you to be hungry. If you're eating the right types of foods and stuff like that, you won't be hungry. So just make sure 5 to 6 times a day, you guys. Rule number 2 is make sure you eat breakfast within an hour of waking up. So don't skip breakfast. It is so important that you get food within an hour of waking up. It just helps get your day going. Make sure that you're getting one of your biggest meals of the day in the morning, just to give you energy throughout the day. So something that we like to eat a lot is steel cut oats, and I'll post the recipe for you guys. But we just make a huge batch on Sunday night, and then it's ready on Monday morning. It's a whole week's worth of breakfast. It's just really easy to portion out, heat up in the morning, and then we just add a little bit of honey or whatever, and we're just good to go. We can add berries or whatever. So that's a good thing to have. Sometimes we'll have like a side of scrambled eggs or something with that as well. So rule number 2 is eat breakfast within an hour of waking up. Rule number 3 is no eating within 3 hours of bedtime. So if you're going to bed at 11, make sure you're not going to eat after 8. And this will be one of the points on your points tracker, is to establish your own cutoff time and based on when you're going to bed, and then you'll get a point if you don't eat after that time. And your body just doesn't need food that late. Your food is your energy. It's your energy source that your body uses throughout the day, and you don't need to have a full stomach when you go to bed. So make sure you're not eating within 3 hours of bedtime. Number 4 is make sure you're eating a combo of complex carbs and protein at every meal. So your proteins, I'll post a bigger list of these, but just stuff that you've heard before. So chicken, fish, lean meats. You can also use quinoa. Quinoa is great. It's one of our new favorite things to eat. I'll post a bunch of recipes for you guys. You can make it sweet. I've got like these bars that I make that are like cinnamon sweet quinoa. You can make it savory. We put it in a lot of salads, but it's really good. It's a really good protein source. So you guys should try it. It's awesome. And then your complex carbs, there's 2 categories. So there's starchy complex carbs, and then just your complex carbs that you'll get from your fruits and vegetables. The starchy complex carbs, we're going to try to just only limit to 2 servings a day of those, and just make sure that you are only eating those twice. So those include sweet potatoes, beans, and legumes, which also count as a protein, carrots, bananas, and stuff like that. So only have those for 2 of your servings a day. Your other complex carbs you don't have to limit. Those includes just your fruit and vegetables. So your leafy greens, your apples, pears, broccoli, asparagus, onions, oranges, stuff like that. So I'll post a bigger list of that as well. But just make sure you're getting a complex carb and a protein at every single meal. Rule number 5 is eat enough healthy fats. And a lot of people are under the misconception, and I think it was like a craze that came a few years ago, is just not to eat any fat. But your body needs fat and your brain needs fat in order to function. And so you just need to make sure you're getting the right kinds of fats. And so we need to have at least 2 to 3 servings of that a day. And that includes things like avocados, nuts and seeds, nut butters like peanut butter, almond butter, and your oils, olive oil, coconut oil, and then flaxseed. Flaxseed is a really good, easy one. We just bought like a huge thing at Costco. It was like $6. It's ground organic flaxseed, and I just add it to everything. I put it in my energy bites, I put it in stuff I bake, I put it in my oatmeal. It has a lot of omega-3s, a lot of fiber, and it's just, you can't taste it. It's just an easy way to get that stuff into your diet. So, healthy fats, make sure you're getting enough of those. Rule number 6 is water. So, you guys, water is so important. Hardly anybody is drinking enough water. And so we want to focus on getting enough water in your every day. So an easy way to judge that is to take your weight, divide it by 2, and you should be drinking that many ounces. So if you weigh 180 pounds, you need to be drinking at least 90 ounces a day of water. We'll do a couple more in-depth posts on why water is so important and stuff like that. And I promise that once you start drinking that much, your body will get used to it and you won't have to go to the bathroom as much after the first week or 2. So keep going. I know at first you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't go to the bathroom 200 times a day, but you won't go as much after the first week or 2. So make sure you are getting enough water. Rule number 7 is meal prep. And this is something that is so important. So you guys have probably all heard the quote that says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And seriously, it's true. If you guys are leaving the house and you aren't taking anything healthy with you, there's not very many options that you can stop and get that are going to be healthy for you. And so just make sure that you're taking stuff with you when you leave. Something that I do is I spend an hour and a half every Sunday prepping for the week, and I just make like all of our snacks. I make our energy bites, I make our almond milk, I cut up the vegetables I can for like the meals. It just saves me so much time during the week. It saves Craig time when he's packing his lunch at night. He can just grab the stuff that's already made and put it in his lunchbox, and it seriously is an hour and a half well spent, I promise. It really makes a huge difference in your success if you are prepared. Rule number 8 is make sure that you're using your fresh fruits and vegetables and also your Shakeology in order to get your vitamins and minerals and nutrients. Rule number 9 is adhere to proper portion sizes. And we'll do a specific separate post on portion sizes. But I really like what Tosca says in her book, and she talks about how obviously a big guy that's 6'5" is going to need more calories than somebody that's 5'2". It's pretty obvious their bodies are different sizes. They don't need the same amount of food. So she says to use your palm as a good indicator of portion size. So for your protein, she says that your palm should be your protein, your serving of protein. For your starchy complex carbs, just 1 cupped handful is a serving. For your fruit and vegetable carbs, 2 cupped handfuls like this is a serving. And for your healthy fats, a scant handful, so just the middle of your palm right here would be a serving for your healthy fats. I like that. You don't need to get out measuring cups or anything, just eyeball it. It makes it really easy, just an easy way to figure out portions. And rule number 10 is to avoid overly processed foods, specifically white processed sugar and white processed flour. And you guys, I just want to throw in there, also avoid just packaged foods, stuff that's like diet food and stuff like that has so many things in there that are not good for you, like those little packs that are like 100-calorie packs. That is just 100 calories of cookies. There's nothing good about that for you. I will post some recipes for lots of different snacks and different options that you guys have, just to help you not have to have that type of stuff, because there is nothing good about that. Also, I want you guys to start paying attention to labels. Labels can be kind of confusing. I know that there's a lot of things on there that you just have no idea what they are, but that's a good indicator that it's not good for you. So if you pick up something and you look at the label, and if there's something on there you can't pronounce or that you don't know what it is, don't buy it. I'm serious. There are so many bad things in food these days that people just don't realize. It says all natural on the package, but then it includes preservatives and fillers and stuff like that. And it's just false advertising, and people just don't know that those things are in food. So start looking at labels. If you can't pronounce it or if you don't know what it is, don't buy it. Try to stick to things that have 5 ingredients or less, and really the less ingredients, the healthier it usually is. So and then one other thing, just make sure you try to shop around the perimeter of the store as much as possible. The stuff that are in the middle aisles are the stuff that's the most processed and that has the most empty calories, and the stuff that's not as healthy for you. So perimeter of the store is best. And just one last quote from her book. She says, people that do calorie restricted diets usually fail because they're hungry. And it's true. I mean, I have tried every diet out there, I swear, and the first day you're like, oh, I'm all motivated, and you are starving throughout the day, but then the next day you decide to just eat one little thing to just cheat a little bit, and then the next day you eat a couple more because you're just starving, and then by the 4th day you've just given up, and it's just not maintainable. So we do not want you guys to get hungry. We want you to make sure that you're eating enough throughout the day, every 2 or 3 hours. And make sure you look at the files. There's going to be lots of good information. Please ask if you have any questions whatsoever. Somebody probably has the same question as you do. Don't feel embarrassed. Every one of us is on this journey together. Us as coaches are here to support you, and we just want you guys to be successful. We have had help by our coaches to be successful, and that's what we're here to help you guys do. So please ask if you have any questions, and have a good day, you guys, and I'm excited to get started on this challenge.